What's going on? We back, Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. If you didn't know, Nevin Lawson got a new contract this past offseason, 2 years, about $9.2 million. Could push it to $10 million with some incentives. And we argued on this, or debated, me and another subscriber on this when I went live a few weeks ago now. Hopefully get back going live, especially once preseason football starts. But he says that, you just don't pass around $10 million or $9 million to a cornerback if he's not going to come in here and start. And is it a real possibility that Nevin Lawson could start over DeShawn Shead, who they brought in from Seattle, 6'2", cornerback, long, strong guy, had a phenomenal year last year, or Teez Tabor? I hope not, because I think I would have took a chance with Teez Tabor from the second half of the season starting over Nevin Lawson. If you didn't know, Nevin Lawson and Houston University and former Oakland Raider DJ Hayden, they split starting time at the second cornerback position last year. They split time, they interchanged, and Nevin Lawson was I think the league best, or one of the best in the league, or one of the worst in the league with pass interference yardage given up and pass interference penalties. And I just don't hold Nevin Lawson high. I don't even know how he got a new contract. I don't believe that he should even be on this team as a starting cornerback money, even for the $5 million or the $4 million they gave him per year. I don't see him as that type of talent. All he does is grab, hold, and get pass interference. And I thought with them bringing in Shead and Teez Tabor, it would be no chance for Lawson to start at the number 2 cornerback position, but it's a possibility. But I don't see him beating out Shead and Teez Tabor. I don't see him beating out both. And I heard Teez Tabor has made an amazing jump so far early in OTAs and mini camps. But that has to translate with the pads on as well, though. And I know Shead had an unbelievable year last year. Both of these guys are way more talented than Nevin Lawson. But the thing that Nevin Lawson got is experience in the system. He's played a lot in the system. And I think the thinking for Nevin Lawson is to provide depth, because injuries do happen. But to give him almost $5 million to come in here and be a depth guy, that's kind of like secondary starter money. You know what I mean? Like third or fourth tier starter money for a cornerback. It is, and that's what the subscriber was, commenter that was saying. Like, you don't just give out $9.2 million over 2 years to a guy that's coming here and provide depth, and that's true. Possibly he could start in the nickel. I'm not sure if he's capable of playing the nickel, but at 5'9", he's quick, he has some athletic ability. Maybe he can play in the nickel. Maybe Jamal Agnew isn't ready to take the reins as a full-time nickel cornerback starter, and maybe they want to still keep him as a kick and punt returner. Even though the kick return rules change a little bit if it goes into the end zone. Now, with them moving the kickoff point up a few years ago, if it goes in the end zone, it's an automatic touchback. So, maybe they do want to keep Agnew as the kick returner. And in the nickel, maybe him and Quadre can battle. But if Quadre Diggs win the safety position, then Nevin Lawson maybe could start in the nickel. And that's if he's capable of playing the nickel. Nickel is a little bit different from playing on the outside. But I just don't see him beating out Shead and Tabor. But if injuries happen, or Tabor has a setback or whatever it may be, just don't really learn, or maybe Shead ain't what we thought he was in this system like he was in Seattle, then maybe Lawson can creep in there. But I don't see no way possible other than injury or some catastrophic thing off the field happens that Nevin Lawson should be the number 2 cornerback. And we damn sure know he's not going to be number 1 over Slay. I think the best case scenario for Lawson is being a nickel guy. The nickelback cornerback. Because Shead is way more talented than him, and I believe Teez Tabor is way more talented than him. He just got to learn, the NFL speed. And they said he's doing amazing so far in camp. But only time will tell when training camp get here, and the battles get to going, and the writers get to writing, and the stories get to leaking, who's going to win this position. But I bet you a pretty penny Lawson won't be winning that position if both of these guys are healthy. And I don't think he could beat out Jamal Agnew at the nickel position. Jamal Agnew is a fantastic corner, especially in college. Pro level a little bit different playing nickel. So, but it's only if they want Agnew to just be a kick returner and less of a defender. But he brings some great ability. Would have been able to, get interceptions and take them to the house. He brings good ability at defending passes. He was the leader. He was the college football's leader in passes defended when he came out of San Diego University. So, yeah, it's going to be thick. I don't understand why they gave Nevin Lawson that money. I didn't understand. When I seen it, I said, why would they bring this guy back? They let DJ Hayden lock. Well, maybe he's a good locker room guy. That could be it. Maybe he's a phenomenal locker room guy. He's a glue guy. He could be a depth guy. And this was this is a reward for being a good locker room and depth guy. Because his performance on the field, I don't see it. To be honest, I don't see it, man. I see him get pass interference, holding, not turning his head around. He represents the old Detroit Lions defensive backfield, in my opinion. Bill Bentley, Aaron Berry. I'm not saying he played with those guys. Alex Carter. Cornerbacks who just didn't know how to play the ball in the air. Or they held when the ball was in the air where they didn't need to hold. They got a pass interference when they need a pass interference. You know what I'm saying? He represents that. That type of Detroit cornerback. But he must be a good guy. You know what I'm saying? But, good guys don't win championships all the time. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, I believe Teez Tabor or DeShawn Shead will overtake him for the number 2 cornerback position. Now, if you asking, if he beats a nickel and Tabor loses to Shead or Shead uses Tabor, why wouldn't you put Shead or Tabor at nickel position? I don't know. Nickel position is different. Everybody can't play the nickel. Playing the outside cornerback position, 1 and 2, you got the sideline. You know what I'm saying? You always got the sideline to be your secondary defender. In a nickel, there's nobody. The nickel receiver can go left, right. He can fly up the field. So it's a little bit different playing on the inside. A lot of nickel, slot receivers are a little bit more quicker, shiftier. So it's a different game. Everybody don't have the ability to go on the inside. And that's why you see certain corners not follow receivers when they go into the nickel. When they go into the slot, So they can get embarrassed there. So that's always something to look at, man. I think Lawson, with his stature, he probably could. 5'9", quick, fast guy. I think he could. That might be a better position for him than playing on the outside. But you know what? I still want to see the young bucks shine and Jamal Agnew get that position. I want Quadre to start the strong safety or the other safety position opposite of Glover Quinn. And may the best man win between Lawson, Shead, and Tabor. And I'm hopefully it's Tabor. Because I know his potential and he's a ball hawk and he seemed to get it. And we'll see what it is. But it's your boy CJ Goodfella. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Links in the description. We gone.